she is the author of the best-selling book, The 5-Second Rule. Now, Mel Robbins is also the host of the new Mel Robbins Show that will debut on WGN today, right after our midday news at 1 o'clock. And Mel has had a busy morning in Chicago, running around with Anna this morning around town, and now here with us. Welcome.
Thank you. I'm so proud to be on your station and to be your partner, and I cannot wait for you to see the premiere episode of the Mel Robbins Show today.
I'm so anxious to see it, too, because it's got to be daunting. There's so many talk shows. How do you do something that stands out in the crowd? And it looks like you're doing it with positivity. How unusual for a daytime talk show.
Well, I was going to say that'll help me stand out. But actually, you know what's interesting is that I don't even think about what everybody else is doing. I am thinking about what we're doing, and we're up to something really important. So I grew up in Western Michigan, and I'd come home, and Donahue would be on. And I think about this show as a modern take on the old school advice talk shows. Right. So no celebrities. They got plenty of places to go to promote their stuff. This is a show for you, for me, for real people that are watching at home. And it's about the issues that we face in our lives that I call rock in the shoe problems. So that's like a little problem that's not really so little because it causes you stress or it makes you overwhelmed. Maybe your son can't launch after college and you're worried about it. Maybe you're trying to recreate life after divorce or getting laid off. Maybe you've had some major life changes and you're not sure how to deal with it. Maybe you have crippling self-doubt and you're sick of it. And this is a show that will give you the tough love in a very entertaining way, and that will also leave you feeling better. And I call this not a talk show, but a take-action show.
I'm already feeling better.
Are you? I saw you lean in.
Oh, yeah. No, let me lean in some more. Your background is a highly regarded legal analyst for a lot of networks. How did you morph from that to being a self-help
Well,
guru?
I'll tell you, the bigger question is how did I go from facing bankruptcy, divorce, and drinking too much in 2008 when my husband's restaurant business was failing and I could not get out of bed, to having a daytime talk show a decade later? I'll tell you how. You change your life 5 seconds at a time. Most of us know what we need to do. When I hit rock bottom, I knew I needed to get out of bed. I knew I needed to look for a job, but every morning when I would wake up, that anxiety would swallow me in that bed. And so I learned the hard way that you change your life through the decisions that you make. And I created this little tool. You're going to learn about it today at 1 o'clock. You're going to see unbelievable examples. People that have lost 200 pounds. People who have been able to overcome agoraphobia. People who have not committed suicide because they use the 5-second rule. You're going to learn all about it today. Pediatricians use this now. Veterans organizations use it to help combat the triggers associated with PTSD. And so the Mel Robbins Show is a show that's about taking action and also looking at your life in a slightly different way so that you feel empowered to get what you deserve out of your life.
I feel like the advice in the book, and I know on the show, is so profound in its simplicity.
Yes.
And I'm so excited about something to be positive on our air after our show. You have been speaking to people all around the country. You said, you know, 1/3 of the year was you traveling and speaking. So how is that for you now to be able to reach a larger audience?
So that's why I wanted to do this show. What you're going to learn about Mel Robbins is I am all about making an impact. And when I started to wrap my brain around the fact that, holy cow, if you're in people's living rooms 5 days a week and you're talking about issues that help people take control of their lives, whether it's supporting your kids as they're anxious going back to school that you and I talked about, or whether you're talking about improving your marriage after you kind of hit, you know, one of those slumps that we all hit if you've been married for more than a decade or two. When you have that kind of reach, you can truly serve as an inspiring lifeline. Because what we're offering the show is not only entertainment. Believe me, you'll be entertained. The stuff that flies out of my mouth, because I didn't read this stuff in a book. I had to learn it the hard way, and I'd like to save you from it. We're offering hope. Because I think that that's what people need. You get resigned in your life because you feel beaten down and overwhelmed. What I'm going to show you every day is you can take just one step, and one step will make all the difference.
You know, maybe this is a good omen for you. You said, you know, growing up in Michigan, you watched Phil Donahue. The Phil Donahue Show, when it launched nationally, right in this very studio.
In this studio? I knew it was here, but in this studio, I just got chills. Well, I'm one of those people, too. Like, I look for the signs. And so this was not even something I set out to do.
Yeah.
Sony Pictures Television came to me and said, would you be interested? And when I thought about the impact, that's when I was like, you know, you asked the first question, how are you going to be successful? I'm just going to show up and be myself.
We're soaking up the Donahue vibe, right?
Yes, bring it on.
Mel
Please,
Robbins.
dear
Thank you so much.
Watch it one. Let's go.
Mel
Welcome
Robbins
to the
show
family.
premieres today at 1, right after the WGN Midday News, after this newscast. For more info, check out Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or melrobbinshow.com. See you in an hour and a half, Mel.